Yo, what's going on, guys?
What's going on, everybody? How are you?
Yo.
How we doing? Welcome back to the show. This is the Board and Bow podcast, and we have our very first guest host with us today. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Well, my name's Rob. I normally do a bunch of Mythic Plus content, and I like to do it with people from all different backgrounds, all different skill sets, and basically we just don't play too sweaty. We just have a good time.
I play sweaty, so if you're into that.
He does play sweaty. Everything without him is
Well,
sweaty. This is true.
Depends what you mean by sweaty. I've learned some people's definition of it is not the same.
Oh, it's how you perceive sweaty, not the true definition. Okay.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I'm a semi-sweat.
Yeah.
Yes.
What people are starting to call mid-core.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel mid-core. I tell you like this. I hit 3K and then I just go for vault fill and swap to an alt.
That's exactly what I do.
Yep.
I get 3K and I'm like, all right, on to the next one. Get 3K on that one. On
Yep.
to the next one.
Yep. Vault
And
fill.
just keep
I
filling
don't have
vaults.
3K.
What was that?
I don't have 3K.
You want to get 3K?
I have 2-4. I prefer 6-7.
Oh, God.
Come on, man.
God.
Come on, dude.
And this is what I deal with,
Well,
Rob. This is what I deal with.
Good guys.
Each week, this is what I endure.
Uh,
But no, guys, welcome in. Glad to have you. We're super excited for this week. This is the start of a new journey with us on the show, and we're super happy to have someone like Rob with us today. So that's super cool. If you're enjoying the content, please do us a favor, like the live. I'm going to be re-uploading this into higher resolutions for you guys as an episode, as a recorded episode. So that way you can post comments on it, things you like. But let us know in the comments what you like about the content, what you don't like, so that way we know how to drive this show in the direction that you're going to enjoy. But thank you for being here. It means the world to us. Well,
You're welcome. I'm happy to be here.
yeah, dude, it's so cool. This is so cool. And it's so cool because I've got a warrior brethren with me. And we're just going to zug all the way through this, baby.
Yep. Sorry, Sionz.
nobody's perfect.
So let's start out with let's just jump right into it, right? Let's just have a good time, and then we kind of just like, we just kind of vibe as we go. Okay, we've introduced Rob, but Rob, beyond the 3K vibes, is there anything else in Warcraft you enjoy doing? It doesn't have to be sweaty. I mean, do you enjoy collecting? Is there any other thing out there?
I dabble with collecting. I'm not like big on it. Like I have over 600 mounts already, so I got the Midnight Mount achievement. So
Nice.
at some level, I'm kind of a collector.
Okay.
I also love playing hardcore classic.
Oh, cool.
I
Do
love
you
that.
really?
It is the one thing that can give me that old school WoW vibe that just playing like the
Wow.
original
Wait,
classic
is this
does
like
not.
was this
It's
like
a
a secret
nostalgia
passion?
trip.
Was this like a
I
secret
wouldn't
passion?
say that, but it's a nostalgia trip for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I played it.
Crazy.
Yeah, I played it.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody played it for a bit when it came out initially, right?
Yeah.
It's fun, and you're right. It does hit all the nostalgia ticks really hard, so it's cool
Mhm.
in that regard. But it's got the extra element, of course, of you die, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had we were in Barrens, me and a couple of my friends, and that one quest line when you get out there, there's these the elites all packed up together, and you're supposed to go through this storyline, and if you get too many of them on you, well, we did.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of my friends, he literally typed in because he knew he was done for. He typed in "run."
Dude, one of my favorite things about playing hardcore is the add-on. I forget the name of it, but it'll alert you whenever anyone dies.
Yes.
And there's a feature where it says last words. And some of those have been so funny, man.
Are you streaming that?
I haven't in a long time, but I used to occasionally, like, last hour to a stream, we'll wind down with some hardcore or
That's
something
fantastic.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a different question. Right now, in the lull of waiting on the new expansion to come through, are you still running keys, or are you just doing something casual? Like, what are you doing as far as like your content?
I am doing keys, but I'm doing something different. I'm playing specs that I haven't played in a really long time, or I've never played. Like today, I played only Enhancement Shaman and Frost Mage. And if you know anything about me, I do not play casters. Ever.
He does not.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
So
Fair.
Frost Mage is something new to me. I played Enhancement a little bit in Season 1 of War with him, but I haven't played it since.
I feel like that's the MO of a warrior, though. We don't mess with casters, and here's why I say that, okay? Over the last couple of weeks, Sionz has been letting me know that he's been having a lot of fun with Frost Mage. And, it's like,
Yes.
I haven't messed around with a caster in, 84 years, so let's just try one. So I jumped on a Frost Mage just to see what he was talking about, and I hate everything about it. I'm not a caster. I'm not a ranged player. I don't like it. It's not fun for me. But I tried. I went out into the pre-patch event for the Twisted Highlands and was doing that stuff out there on it. It just wasn't.
Dude, I've been leveling so many characters.
It's part of me not knowing the class. It's part of me not, understanding how to, properly utilize the toolkit of the class. But as I was learning it, it's just like I'm tracking these, when to use your Ice Lance and when to do this. And I was like, man, no. I'm gonna hit that. They gave us this really cool feature called One Button, and I'm just gonna hit it.
I was about to say.
And I'm just gonna hit that.
Smart.
And then I finished up the little campaign out there, and I was like, okay, that's cool. He'll sit back in the closet for a little while. I won't touch him for a bit.
Yeah.
But
That's hilarious.
but yeah, I think it's the. I've tried other classes, right? Like, I've tried the different classes. The only one that I actually enjoy is Demonology Warlock. I really like that one.
I've heard nothing but good things about Demo from just everyone I've talked to about Warlock, and it's one of the things I've always wanted to try. Never get around to doing it. So that might be high up on my list of things to try before Midnight actually comes out.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I like about it, and everybody's opinion of a flow is different, right? Like, some people may like the flow of a Frost Mage where I don't, but there's something about the flow of a demo, how you're casting it, but it almost reminds me of Arms Warrior, and Arms Warrior is about calculated window bursts, as opposed to just. Raging blow, raging blow, raging blow, raging blow, raging blow. Anyways, it. The same thing is to be said about demo. It's about seeing those big crits when you build up that hand of Gul'dan and so on, and it's just fun to watch, and I like the theme of it. So I think that's why I'm drawn to it. But that's about the only caster I can contend with. Any other casters that you're into?
Shadow Priest too.
Yeah, Shadow.
Yeah, because I love all the void animation stuff. I just think it looks really cool.
Yeah.
And I wish we had more of it, but I guess we got Devourer, so we're getting more of it. But yeah, I think void spell effects are one of the coolest, but lightning effects from the Shaman, top tier. Does not get better.
Yeah. I mean, Sith Lord all the way.
Really
Ellie Shaman all the way. Sith Lord it to death. Yeah, and speaking on that, before we jump into the actual topics, I do have one question for you. If they were going to make a Shaman tank, which spec would you replace? Not add it on as a fourth, but if you had to remove,
oh man, that's
which one?
tough.
Which one would you remove?
If I had
There's only
to
one
remove,
answer.
Yeah, if you had to remove it, if one had to go.
It pains me to say it. I don't want to say it. It pains me to say it, but I think if I had to remove one, it would have to be enhancement to make room for that.
Oh, yeah.
I
100% agree. 100% agree. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love that they have a melee class, but it makes more sense to make the melee class the tank than it does the elemental.
Yep.
And it obviously doesn't make sense to get rid of their healing, the healing spec, the rest of shaman. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always curious about what others think about that. So it's cool to get that kind of like insight because you think about things like because people are chanting for a shaman tank. They've been waiting on it for years. It's been barked all over the threads, and Reddit for a shaman tank. But a lot of people are asking for a bolt-on, like a 4th spec, and I don't think
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
they
got
added
it with
a spec
Druid.
with DH.
Yeah, DH. They added it with Druid. So I get that it can be done that way. But if they weren't going to do it, I would say enhancement would be the one they'd swap over.
Yeah.
Let's jump into it, man. With midnight fast approaching, how is season 1 looking to you?
So from what I've seen, and from some of the dungeons making a comeback, it looks better, and I like what they're trying to do, like with just fewer casters, like just in general, fewer bolt slop, I think people are calling it now, where it's just those like meaningless casts that just keep going over and over and over again. I'm glad those are being reduced at least. But yeah, most of the dungeons look good. Pit of Sauron is kind of iffy for me, though. I don't know how you guys feel about that one coming back.
Great dungeon. I know what you're talking about.
I hate it. I
love it.
I hate it. I hate it. But that's just
better than
okay, why?
But listen, there's always going to be a dungeon that we hate in the pool, right?
Yeah.
And then there's always going to be one that everybody loves.
Bangers.
And for a while there, I thought it was going to be Seed of or Algathar Academy until until the Wrath one dropped, and I was like, oh well, that's my fresh hated one right there.
I wouldn't say I hate Pit. I'm just kind of iffy on it. We'll see how it plays out.
Well, there's a couple of those pulls in a Mythic Plus scenario where it has to be pulled a specific way, and you can't mess it up.
Yeah.
Or you're just gonna get run over.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure I know Sionz probably knows about this, but there's a current bug, and I don't know if it's been fixed yet with Brewmaster Monk, where when they go to empty their empty the cellar ability, it's throwing the kegs at everything in a 40-meter radius. And I'm not talking about in a cone shape in front of your character or something, guys. I'm talking about it throws it directly behind you and hits everything in a 40-meter radius around the tank. And can you imagine if they don't have that thing patched up going into Pit?
I don't know. Do you enjoy a surprise route?
Yeah. Surprise, we're going to clear the whole dungeon.
We're going for 150%.
Wow. Crazy.
But yeah, I'm with the tuning and everything, I still think it's going to be the same song and dance we endure every time a season starts. I think the dungeons will be slightly overtuned. They're going to take that first month after the season starts. Not the first month after an expansion is when they do your balancing on the classes for the most part. But then there's the month after the season starts where they start playing with the tuning in the dungeons. And I think they're going to be overtuned for the first month, and it's going to be a trek, to say the least. But I think it'll be good. Your thoughts, Sionz?
It was kind of like bring them back down a little bit.
I just think that I think people just don't need to get really excited about the tuning that's coming. It's going to happen. It's going to be fine. There's a lot of naysaying about Midnight and the dungeon pools and all this other stuff, and it's everywhere. You can see it. But at the end of the day, again, it's a game, and I think that Blizzard's going to come in like they always do, and they're going to fix some things. They're fixing things right now, but no one's really testing anything. Really. You need a much bigger pool to be testing some of the things. And I know I was talking to Rob a little bit about this, and there's not a ton of testing going on out there right now. There's specific people testing, but it's not broad based.
Well, it's your riders, right? It's your it's either your Wowhead Icy Vein riders, it's your YouTubers, your big YouTubers that do their guides and things like that. Those are the ones that are still in beta right now testing, so that they can continue to come up with hey, this week here's the best meta class. This week here's your top DPS. Horrible. This week's your top healers, and so on, etc., etc. So you're going to see plenty of those in there. But the other thing too is you're going to see in the raid windows when they are testing raid, you'll see everybody jump back in. Yeah.
You're going to have some raid hard tuning. You're going to have class hard tuning. Up until the first probably 3 weeks, and then they'll kind of back off just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
I
then we'll be
love
fine.
that
We'll be
content.
fine.
I need it every Tuesday when the servers go down. I need something to watch.
I
love
think
the
it-
tier list
they get
videos.
so mad. Oh my! Oh, you've killed my spec. Oh, it's a hilarious.
Well, the thing that I find interesting about it, even though you might watch it completely on an entertainment value level flat, right?
Yeah.
There are people that are like diehard fans of said creator, okay?
Yeah.
And this guy's like, hey, listen, guys, you want to be the best ranged DPS? You need to go Shadow Priest, no questions asked. And then they dunk him the next week. And then the guy comes back out, hey, guys, you want to be the best ranged DPS? Elemental Shaman is the way to go. And these people are like, I just went and leveled this whole Shadow Priest because you told me it was going to be meta, and they're all up in arms instead of just mastering the class they enjoy. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I get this one's kind of a finicky one because of the pruning. So the class you may have enjoyed may not be so fun. But I also encourage people to realize you've got 10 more talent points that goes into the prey points or whatever they're called, and so have you to flush out your tune. So it might not feel the greatest at the moment, but it could possibly. So I wouldn't really knee-jerk to it just yet.
Well, and some of those... Go ahead, Rob.
I was going to say that a lot of these people that watch these, what's best videos, like, it doesn't really matter. Just play what you like, because I promise you aren't playing at a level where that matters.
Right.
If you're watching that
100%.
video, you almost never need to take it super seriously. Just play what you want, get good at what you like, and I promise you, most of your problems will just be solved.
Yeah. Apex talents? Yeah, that's what they're called, Apex talents.
Yeah.
So here's another one, too, that I always thought was funny, is the people you were just describing about, also, they absolutely must be on the exact race for that spec so they can get the best racial, too. And it's like, how many times do you remember to use that racial unless you macroed it into some kind of ability? You know what I mean?
I mean, because that question comes up sometimes on my stream, and I'm just like, hey, if you like having every little advantage you can possibly have, the information's out there where you can make that decision. But unless you're playing Bleeding Edge, again, it doesn't matter. Just pick what you think looks cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a big deal.
I mean, that's why I've got an all army. Because I like, 1 minute I'm enjoying my Tarn Warrior, the next minute I enjoy being my Kultera and running around beating people up with beer mugs. You know what I mean? It's fun.
And I'm that guy that it's a fantasy game, but I'm playing human male warrior every time. I don't care. I like it. That's what I'm doing.
I got made fun of for that once. Somebody from work found out that I play Warcraft, and they said, "What do you play?" I said, "I play a human," and she laughed at me. It's a fantasy game, and you're playing yourself.
Dude, I get it all the time. I'm just like, that's what I like, man. I don't care.
Well,
there it is.
Can confirm he likes 2 Hearthstones. There it is.
There it is.
Like, there it is.
Aragorn, Lord of the Rings, peak fantasy. What's wrong
Yes.
with that? Yeah. No one's
Listen,
like Aragorn. He's human. Who
But
cares?
he's
So,
a ranger.
Rob-
I'm sorry, he's a ranger. He's a hunter. So I win.
Okay.
So
yeah.
in fairness, I have a human warrior because I have every warrior at max level for every race. So, I have one and I modeled it to look like me. It's bald, it's got the beard, everything. And so, I mean, I'm not gonna, try to throw shade on your shine, my man. I just, it's just when it's your main, I'm like, oh man, come on, bro. We can do better. We can do better. Anyways, that's fine.
Can we?
We can. We can zug a little harder.
Listen, different opinions are okay.
Yep. I agree. Orc is pinnacle for fantasy, says Low Mountain Adventures.
Yep.
See?
There you go.
And it's for the horde, baby. Come on. We got cookies. We got cookies over there. We got Light Rocks too. Anyways, I think it's time we shift again. How much testing have you done on these dungeons, though? And where do you think Blizzard needs to either cut back or change direction for the ease of play for the everyday player?
For the ease of play for the everyday player, honestly, I think they're taking steps in that direction. At least it seems like it. I haven't done a whole lot of testing because I like to go into a new expansion where it's mostly fresh. But I did play a little bit, and they have been reducing the number of casts. The more important casts, like the must-kick cast, seems to be like longer. casts, so you have more time to do it. But yeah, overall, I think interrupts has been like one of the biggest things that holds back the average player, because you're not going to have coordinated kicks. You're not going to have someone calling them out, right? It's just going to be, oh, there's a spell. Everyone's just going to send their kick.
Yep.
And then for the next one, you won't have a kick up.
Yep.
So they're working on that, and I think that's really, really good. That was probably like my number one, like, if I had to call it like average player concern, it was that. And they seem to be working on it, so hopefully it's good.
It's funny you mentioned that when you're referencing interrupts, but then they take the interrupts from practically every healer, with the exception of Resto.
Yep.
With the exception
There
of
is
Resto.
that too.
I'm okay with that.
I mean, it puts more responsibility on the DPS and tank, but
Yep.
I mean,
And everyone knows.
let's be honest, tanks already do 80% of the freaking kicks anyways.
They do. But I think the healers not having the kicks, I just think that's a good move. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think maybe in highly competitive keys, it's a problem.
Yeah, you'll reach a level where. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If you're doing 18s and 20s and 22s, yeah, you need some extra stuff. But I don't think, most everyone's going to be doing what, 8 to 12s. I think it'll be okay.
Rob, what's your opinion on the DR system now?
The DR system. Catch me up. What's
So
changed?
before, once you DR'd an ad 4 times, it became immune for a period of time before you could DR it again. Now, everybody can use their DR on it, and it just reduces the time the DR is affected each time. So
Okay.
you're essentially not wasting your CC. You're still going to get it.
Oh, they don't go straight like hardcore immune?
Yes.
to it?
Yeah. Remember,
Okay.
initially it was 4 DRs, and then they were immune for a period of time before you could DR them again. Now, everybody's DR will work, but the more you DR something, the less effective it becomes.
Again, I think that's a better like average player change. I think that a lot of people, again, this goes back to interrupts. A lot of people, if they're even using those buttons, let's be real, like they'll send their kicks on, like you'll see it, like 3 people send their kick on the first spell if they're even pushing the button, and then you also have your CCs as kind of like pseudo kicks.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just like send out all their stuns, right? And then you actually go to use yours to do something, effective, and then it's immune. So
terrible.
It seems like, now that we're talking about it, it seems like they're doing a lot of things for like that pug group where there's no coordination, there's no communication, and everyone's just like sending their buttons.
Well, let me throw this
All
idea.
these changes seem to be aimed towards that. At least it seems like that, and it's good in my opinion.
So let me throw this idea at you, or this philosophy at you, and see what your impression on it is, okay? What if they're doing it that way on purpose for the delayed reaction of, say, a player that's using controller, because they might be trying to bridge the game over to a different type of platform?
That's a great question.
I still don't think that's going to happen. Like the game being developed for a console, I still don't think that's going to happen. I'm not a believer. Now, if it does, I think that'll be a great thing, because so many more people will be able to play the game. And also, isn't like the new Xbox just supposed to be able to be a PC?
Correct.
Yes.
It can run Steam. It can do all these things. And I just want to, I don't know if it's going to sway you, Rob, but I just want to throw this one at you. And I want you to look deep into my eyes when I tell you this.
Okay, I'm looking.
Blizzard's owned by Activision. You know who owns Activision? Microsoft.
It's Microsoft now, yeah.
You know who owns Xbox?
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
Are you telling me a money-making machine isn't going to want to make more money?
Yeah, they're gonna go right to the wheelhouse on that.
Well, if the new Xbox can just function exactly like a PC, who's to say they can't just use mouse and keyboard on their new Xbox and just keep playing?
So it's funny you mention that. They can already use a mouse and keyboard on the current Xbox. They're going to be able to use it on the new Xbox. I think that the reason the game hasn't gone to console yet, like, because ESO and Final Fantasy and so many other MMOs are already there. I think they want to to make sure that it was a consistent gameplay, that it was a, you know, if they were going to get a flat 120 frames, they were going to get them a flat 120 frames. Outside of variable situations like you're sitting in Dornigal with everybody around, so you're going to get 80 frames, 60 frames, whatever, right? Because it's congested in that area. But your playthrough should be consistently 120 frames or something like that. Oh, let's just say 60 for the sake of staying, or 90 frames, right? They need a machine that's going to be able to handle that. And, you know, we as PC players, we can upgrade our stuff as we go. You know, new graphics card next year, new GPU year and a half later, etc., and kind of keep with it, right? Where consoles are designed to have a 5-year shelf life before they're replaced, you know?
Right.
So they need to make sure the console can play the game consistently for 5 years. So I think if it's going to happen, I think it's going to happen with that console. That's just my console / closing in PC, whatever you want to call whatever this version
He's
is.
wearing his
They're going to be
tinfoil
making.
hat right now.
Hey, let him cook, man. Let him cook.
I'm just saying, like everything points to it. And at the end of the day, if you have the mindset of it's a business and they want to make money and they can get more subscriptions,
You can get more.
and they can get, you know, they initially launch it on their what was that thing called with Microsoft, the Super Pass, or what's it called? Their
Just,
Battle Pass thing that you pay like $20 a month for, and you get
I
all
know what
these
you're talking
these
about.
plethora of
Yeah.
games
Game
and whatnot.
Pass.
Game Pass, yeah. So they'll just throw it into the Game Pass initially, let people get leveled up, and then they go, oh, now if you want to play the game, box price, $15 a month. People will do it. They'll spend the money and play it right on
Yes, they
console, and they're gonna make money. If you keep in the back of your mind, it's a money making machine. They'll do it. They'll figure it out.
I think people would buy it, and I do think they would make money, but I don't know. I just maybe I've been with WoW on PC for too long. I
PC
just don't
Master
see it
Race. I'm
happening.
with you.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to be a real adult here and go, wonder how they want to make more money. Oh, I know.
I think it would work. They would make more money.
They would.
No, it's just a thought of mine. Thought I'd run it by you and see what you thought. But, you know, we'll see. Only time will tell, right? We're going to find out in the future.
Yeah, I mean, one way or another, we'll find out. Maybe that's what's after the World Soul Saga.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who
I
knows?
mean, yeah, because, I mean, they've already proclaimed that, you know, the game doesn't end with the World Soul Saga. They got many years ahead, so, which is nice to hear. But then, all you know, Ashes of Creation also said it was going to be the game changer of MMOs, and look where it's at today.
Rest in peace.
Forever.
Oh man. Anyways, I think we jump into the next one. What's your opinion about early access, and do you feel like there's much of an advantage for gaining early access to Midnight?
Is there much of an advantage? I mean, technically there is, but honestly, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Although just the practice of it is kind of icky to me. But I don't think it's a big deal in terms of an advantage, because all the major
For
content
progression,
is
right?
built- Yeah,
Yeah.
just leveling, right?
Yeah. Leveling the professions, right?
Well, the
Yeah,
biggest
I think that's it.
thing is the money making. You know, when you have that 3-day access, I mean, like mining nodes and herbalism and everything just go through the roof for those first 3 days. If you're trying to make gold, those are the best 3 days of the whole year. Last year I made like half a billion in those first 3 days.
Half a billion with a B?
Yes. No.
Lord.
Sorry. No. So sorry. 500 million. No, not
Okay.
500 million. 5 million.
Wait.
5 million. 5 million.
I was about
I'm
to say
brain
the
dead.
same thing.
Goodness gracious.
Zugsy
It's
Zugs.
that warrior map.
Zug,
I understood. I understood.
Half a gold cap.
Yeah, okay.
I have a gold cap in 3 days from mining and herbalism.
Yep.
I'm not
That's
joking.
a lot.
And I'm not talking about with mining. I wasn't going back and like crafting in the bars. I was just throwing the nodes. I was just out there, hop on the auction mount, drop it on, go, collect 2 or 3 nodes, drop it on the auction house, go. And I made a killing.
Sheesh.
500
Maybe I
million,
need to
my
do that.
man. Not half a billion, 500 million. My man. Hey, the numbers are all over the place. I'm terrible that way.
Yeah.
But no, so outside of the, you know, money making professions, whatever, and the quick leveling, is there any other advantage you see to it?
Nothing I can think of right now. Like, it's never really bothered me other than just like the practice of it itself. But again, it's just not that big a deal because you can make a little bit more gold. You can level ahead of time. You can, I guess, collect more things ahead of time, but I don't think it's that big of a deal.
You made a comment a moment ago that I agree with very sincerely. Like, it's an icky feeling.
Yeah, it's just like, you don't need to do that.
I think it's a really shady business practice to do that, to armbar people into prepaying for it early so that they know they'll, and it is the 3A access only with the Epic Edition?
Yes, so it's a financial choice that you're making.
Yeah.
So, and
So-
all three of us here are guilty of making that choice.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, yeah. So like one of the things that Sionz and I did was, and maybe you did this too, is we kind of, was the way we do like betas, we go through and kind of outside of cutscenes, obviously, just go ahead and get the story out of the way. So when when the live and just level, see what's changed, what's new, etc. But you kind of get the story out of the way for yourself, and then when it goes live, power level your professions, go get your nodes and get your gold and all that stuff really quick. Jump to your alt, whatever you're gonna, because like me, I tank alt, DPS alt. I mean, I tank main, DPS alt, and healer alt. So like, I'll go get my alts all leveled up in the 3-day access, early access. So by that time, then I can run them all through Mythic Zeros and kill rares and get as much gear as I can on them that can be used. And I can go into, when the season starts, I can go in and do anything I want. Right? Go ahead.
When you're doing that's not where you're getting an advantage, right? Because everyone else is catching up. Everyone will start season 1 pretty much together, and I think that's the big thing. I just think that, again, Warcraft is a business, and Blizzard has found a way to add money to the business and add value. And I can tell you that the value is that you get in a couple days early and you get a very small advantage in the game where it's gold. You've got, everyone else is rolling in to the game that doesn't have early access, and you've already got 3 or 4 alts leveled up and ready to go. So that's really the advantage. But you can't do anything with them, really, right? You can run heroic dungeons. That's about it.
Am I misremembering? Did some of the RFW guys get in some kind of controversy during the first 3 days? They did some.
Yes,
they exploited something.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but yeah.
I mean, more within.
Exploits not in my world of Warcraft.
These are not Rob's people.
No. Nope. So, Rob, are you going to take it easy in the first 3 days and just kind of just level and enjoy the story? Are you gonna dungeon grind and then alt hop? Like, what's that look like for you?
Usually the first few days I level characters and get them ready for hitting the dungeons.
Yeah.
And if I run out of things to do, I start collecting and doing achievements and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's a sound strategy if I ever heard it. About 500 billion.
If these classes that I'm trying out right now, if I keep adding more and more to it, I'm gonna have a lot of characters to level because I'm having a lot of fun playing alts right now. It's been a lot of fun.
You gonna make a
because
Herod
they're
near?
just really easy to get into and just start playing now.
You gonna make a Herod near?
Maybe one just to try the new thing.
Just to say you got it.
Yeah, it'll probably be something like maybe like a hunter.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll change my hunter to Heronir.
Don't you besmirch my hunter.
Why?
They're too hairy.
They're too hairy? You can make them not hairy.
Yeah, you can take all the spines and hair off of them.
Yeah.
Then they just they look like another goofy night elf.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you just be like a
it's
buff
like
night elf.
it's just like you shaved them, right? You know the hair's growing back.
I mean, I don't know if anyone's looking.
I know it's there. That's all that matters.
Speaking of hair near, you guys see the bug with Rester Druids?
No.
Ooh, what's the bug?
Right now, if they go into tree form, it only shows the hair near tree form.
Oh,
I did hear about that. Okay, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard some people talking about that. I haven't seen it personally though.
Yeah, I have. Yesterday, I was out and doing the pre-patch, just getting some gear for some of my alts. And
Yeah.
one of the community members was like, "Hey, can I join you?" I said, "Sure." And they were in Resto Druid, and they messaged me and go, "What the hell is this tree?" Look over in there.
What happened to me?
Yeah. Dying. I was like, "Oh man, you're here in there now. Congratulations." And they're like, "I don't like it.
Hilarious.
Change it. Fix it." Oh man.
That's crazy.
I don't know. You know, the first 3 days is more about how quick you want to move. And again, I still agree with Rob on this, Sionz. I'm not a fan of this business practice. If you pre-purchase the game, you pre-purchase the game, and you should have that early access. That should not be a thing. You know, if
it
you're
shouldn't
not
be extra, is what you're saying.
well, no, there already are benefits. So let's say the person doesn't care about the mounts, the extra 30 days of gameplay, the extra transmog or Hearthstone or whatever they package in with it, right?
Yeah.
One thing they should never do is handcuff people from playing the game because they didn't spend more money. That's I'm just not a fan of that practice.
I get that.
The incentives for the additional things that come in the packages beyond the early 3 days should have been satisfactory.
Well, and again, like I said, and this is it's a business. They packaged it as a feature.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is a feature if you spend more money. Right, wrong, or different. Like, I get what you're saying. I totally get it. But again, that is a choice.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of deal.
Well, you're gonna have to be damned if you do, because Rob and I we don't agree with you, and we're warriors.
That's
so,
okay. I'm okay with that.
You know,
I mean, I don't like that they do it, but I'm well aware that this is becoming a very standard business practice in the gaming industry, and it's just not going to stop.
well, same thing with microtransactions,
it is what
right?
it is.
Yeah, microtransactions, store purchases, so on. Yeah, fair enough. I agree.
It's not going anywhere, but it is what it is.
So, you know, we talked about a few things, but I'm interested to know if you've even messed with them, and two, your thoughts on how successful Devourer Demon Hunter will be.
I have played around with Devourer, and I think it's going to be pretty good. And very easy for the average player to just hop into and just start playing it without too much homework. Like, I don't know how much time you guys have spent with Annihilator and Void Scarred. I actually preferred Void Scarred. I liked that spec a lot. But Annihilator was very, very straightforward. The only challenge was like trying to get as many of the collapsing stars off as possible. That can be kind of an issue depending on how things are pulled. But I don't know. It was really fun because I don't know if any of you guys are fans of Dragon Ball, but casting a collapsing star feels like I'm casting Spirit Bomb.
Oh, yeah.
It feels great.
Yeah,
It feels juicy.
I haven't messed with it yet. I may, but I just haven't. I've been just kind of listening to the people talk around it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they already saw a
didn't they have a
buff.
fix for that? Wasn't there a fix with the collapsing
Yeah,
star?
they already made it a little bit better.
Yeah.
I heard there was a buff already.
And Apex Talent's going to make it even better. So
I think it's going to
Just
be
gotta wait for the
absolutely
game.
broken. I think we're going to see a bunch of blue-winged demon hunters flying around everywhere.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, that's to be expected, right? It's the new thing.
It is the new thing.
It's the new thing. It's the new shiny.
Yeah. Do you? Let me ask you a question about demon hunters now that I've had. We've got mixed responses on this. Do you think that demon hunters should have the flying, the soaring ability that evokers have?
I mean, I wouldn't mind. I don't think it would be bad if they did do that. I think it'd be kind of fun. I love the soar ability on the evoker. I was actually playing it this morning before I started streaming. It's nice. It feels cool.
It is nice.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, you know, they have wings. I mean, everything's thematic there. It doesn't, just let them fly. I mean, you know?
I wonder if it has something to do with, like, when you're, like, in your dragon form, when you're playing a Drakthir, like, those wings are just part of you. Whereas, like, when you're a demon hunter, they kind of just get summoned out whenever you glide. Like, maybe that's the difference. But, yeah, I wouldn't mind if they did that.
I don't know. I always thought they should. I mean, I get that, a lot of people are like, well, then, hey, but in the same sentence, I would say, hey, give us like, an engineering thing where you can put like a jetpack on your character if you wanted to just fly them around, not be on a mount. You know what I mean? Or
I always wondered why they didn't use the jetpack from Mechagon. You remember that?
Yep.
As a mount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do that.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be fine.
I think it would be a detractor, but again, it doesn't make sense that they do evokers, but the evokers have the soar ability because now it opens that window of, hey, let every class do that. But I think they didn't want that because it was a detractor from people purchasing or pursuing mounts.
Yeah.
I was about to say maybe it would detract from Drakthir's uniqueness.
Yeah, maybe, but that one feature shouldn't dictate, But I guess maybe because like you see so many people playing Night Elves just for their racial, you know what I mean? Like the fact they can just shadow meld everything off, I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. Just thought I'd get your feedback on it. I thought it was an interesting take. Yeah. But Demon Hunter overall, you're Devourer, you're for it?
Oh yeah, I have enjoyed it, and I also enjoy Havoc. I was playing a lot of Havoc before pre-patch came out, and I've been having fun with that too.
Wow.
Cool.
Played a lot of DH and BFA, and it might be making a comeback for me in Midnight. Yeah.
Sionz, are you gonna make you one? You gonna be a Devourer?
I don't know. I've tried to play Demon Hunter. There's something about it. I don't know what it is. But you know what? Maybe this is the spec for me. I haven't tried it. I probably should.
It's range. You might like it.
I might like it.
Yep. Yeah. I'm not the biggest Demon Hunter fan. I've played them through the years, and I'll continue to mess with them through the years. But I don't know if I'll ever main one or give it any kind of like serious love. I did, but oddly enough, I always keep leveling them up and keep somewhat relevant gear on them just in case I ever decide. But every time I try them, I don't know. Maybe it's just they're all over the place. But with the Devourer, not really so like a Havoc Demon Hunter. Just it's like seriously.
Yep.
everywhere,
right? Where maybe the Devourer is not so everywhere and maybe a little more controlled. I don't know.
Well, one of the reasons I stopped playing, and this, I guess the big reason why I stopped playing Demon Hunter was momentum and inertia, where you like had to keep L rushing to do damage.
Yeah.
Wasn't a fan of that gameplay, so I didn't play it at all when they were doing that. And now that they're not, I'm right back in it. It's fun.
Wow.
I just really didn't enjoy momentum.
It kind of makes me want to mess with it though, because I'm a DBZ fan, and when you said Spirit Bomb, I was like, oh.
Yep.
I never thought of it like that. Maybe I'll have to, maybe I have to try that. Get me a, I'll get me a void elf. Give him blue hair, name him Goku.
Yep. Just go all void.
Son Goku.
Use
blue hair.
Goku.
Yeah. Oh, but anyways, I think it's cool. This is one of the things I've always enjoyed about Warcraft is they're willing to take chances and try new things and different things, right? The last thing anybody thought about was a Demon Hunter being a mid-range class at all, ever. And here they are doing it.
Yep.
I whenever the discussion about a third Demon Hunter spec would come out, I always thought it was going to be like more like Feral, like a dot class, like a melee dot class.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no, by the way, it's a mid-range DPS. Enjoy. Like, okay, I wasn't expecting that.
So a month ago or so, I asked Sionz this question, and I'm going to ask you the question, Sionz. I'm going to ask you to refrain from response or emotion, so that way you don't give it away.
Okay.
So with them introducing the Void Elves into the Demon Hunter class races that can be played, that leaves it lopsided for the sake of equality for Horde versus Alliance. What's your thoughts on a Tauren Demon Hunter?
Okay, I have the answer for this question. Once they added Tauren rogues, I stopped caring about race class combos. Go nuts. Pandora's box has been opened. Go nuts.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, dude. Could you imagine could you imagine like the fell crackling through the hooves and the antlers and everything? Like, oh god, bro.
Because someone
Give
will
it
be
to
like,
me.
well, that sounds ridiculous. Yeah, Torn Rogue's ridiculous and it exists.
It is.
Pandora's box is open, man. Sorry, you can't
agree.
close the box.
Yep.
Just go nuts.
Gnome druid, yes.
Sure, dude. Have you heard my idea for a Mechanome druid?
God.
A
What's it turn
Mechanome
into?
druid.
Yes. Now, you have to give me a little bit of creative freedom with this, but
Okay,
have you
all right.
ever heard of Beast Wars Transformers?
Yes.
Yes.
Just do that. They
Oh,
turn into
like
those.
making a big old gorilla or something?
Yeah.
You know, when you
Just
said
do
that,
exactly
I
that.
Like a
imagined.
Mechanome, maybe a
I
chimpanzee.
literally imagined like your Mechanome jumping in like this like suit of armor that looks like an animal, like a bear or like
Yeah.
a whatever, rushes
Yeah.
up and then they just kind of jump up and hops in, collapses in on them, and like they're inside of it, and then they just go to be. That's kind of cool.
That would
just-
actually, you know what? That would work.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
maybe they're not doing like all the nature stuff that, night elves and whatnot do, but I mean, if we're talking about crazy, Pandora's box is open,
Yeah.
go nuts.
Tabber Tank says Mecha Harambe equals tank.
Yeah.
Ellie's in. She's in.
That is awesome. That would actually be really cool. I would like to see that. Instead of it being a bear, it being a mecha gorilla, that'd be kind of, that'd be tempting, man. That'd be tempting. That'd be cool. It's neat to throw these different kinds of ideas around and like get feedback from others, just to talk about it, because like you said, when a Tarn Rogue made its debut, anything's open at this point, but
Yeah.
but if I wouldn't have brought that subject up to you, Rob, and you would have brought up the Mechanome to me about it being a Mechanome druid, I would have shot it down immediately. I wouldn't have been so open-minded to it. But because, I guess I'm open-minded to the idea of a Tarn Tarn demon hunter, it makes sense. I got to be a little more open-minded about the Mechanome, right?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's really good. Man. So, what do you think about where Warcraft's going to go after the Last Titan? I know we still got the Last Titan to go through, so I know it's kind of a stretch question, but like we kind of know the base premise of what the saga is going to be about. So where do you think they go from there? Because this is no, go ahead. Sorry.
They've already kind of set up that there's like this big Arathi empire on the other side of the world, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And so there's all unexplored land on the other side. We've never gone to the other side of Azeroth ever, and no one really knows a whole lot about it. So they have a lot of room to make content over there. They also have like other planets. Like I think something's been found. I saw a video where there's these Draenei and demons who aren't really affiliated with like the Draenei aren't affiliated with the light anymore. And the demons have kind of broke off and done their own thing, and they're like together. I heard a video the other day, I think it was from Bellular, about that. So they have routes they can go, but I really want to go to the other side of Azeroth because it's completely unexplored territory, and I think it's a good place to start with whatever's after the World Soul Saga.
No, yeah, that's fantastic, and I like your idea about the other worlds too. The idea of, because here's another idea. I mean, we technically all we've done so far each time we've been introduced with the Legion is just push them back, push them back, push them back. Even in Legion, we didn't destroy the Legion; we just pushed them back from Azeroth again. So there's still a whole element of the Legion out there that can resurface.
Yeah, those are my favorite bad guys in World of Warcraft too, other than the Scourge.
Yeah.
The Legion's just the perfect bad guy. It's always fun to go up against the Legion.
They're relentless,
Yeah.
They really are. Sionz, what's your thoughts about what it might look like after Last Titan?
I think Rob's right. There's two schools of thought there. One of them is I could have sworn that Chris Metzen had said that the map that we see today is the full map of Azeroth. He said that, I could have sworn probably 10 years ago, where this is the map, this is the whole face of the world. But listening to Rob and listening to some of the other podcasters out there and videos and stuff, I think Rob's right. I think we're going to end up I don't think we're going to go to the other side of Azeroth right away. I really think we're going to go to another planet first. I really think that's easier because it's easier just to throw in a portal into the game and go somewhere else. And I think that we're going to be visiting we're going to start that space odyssey and that space journey now into other planets and other cultures.
Yeah. I mean, you still got the Titans. You talk about the last Titan, but you still have the Titans out there. You still have Illidan out there, assuming he has there's so many opportunities. And not to say that we won't see Illidan at some point in the World Soul Saga, but I mean, it almost feels like you have to, right? You have to. You're gonna. But it's called the World Soul Saga, and the last expansion is called The Last Titan. So you know they're going to be affiliated in some degree, which also kind of indicates to me that unless they pull the traditional Blizzard move, I feel like we're going to see the end of Xal'atath here. I think.
Possible.
I hope so.
Possible.
I think we do, because I mean,
those feet gotta go.
I mean, I think we do because they need to make room for them. And here's my prediction on it. Okay, my prediction on it is we kill her in season 2, and then that opens up season 3 to segue into the storyline for The Last Titan.
I would agree with that. Yeah,
it wouldn't surprise me if they did that. They still got a Ridicron out there though.
They do. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I think
because remember, Ridicron kind of brought her into the mix to create a scenario where the Titans have to come back so that he could get his revenge on them.
Well, it doesn't mean he wouldn't be our big bad for season 3 raid or something, but I think it envelops the story for. I think we start to see the story for Last Titan really unfold and not be an epilogue or, an ending sequence to the end of season 3. I think we're going to get a much more enriched storyline there to kind of set up the stage for Last Titan. Because, I mean, all we've really endured so far, because the War Within story has been so choppy and it's been really weird, right? Like, we got introduced to here and there. We got this brief overview of Earthen, and then we haven't really done much with the Titan. All we watched was Anduin try to get his light back. But as far as like the plot goes, it went so hard towards Void and kind of left the whole MO of what Xal'atath was doing with the Dark Heart and what her intentions were. It kind of feels like they're not giving themselves a lot of room to give us a flushed out story for The Last Titan if they don't do something like that in Midnight. Thoughts?
I heard some things about the War Within stories where it was going to be one thing at first, and then they had to like change some things about the War Within to make it fit the mold for what they wanted to do with the World Soul Saga. So that's why the story feels the way it does, where it's like so choppy, like you said.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the story's gonna like kick off like pedal to the metal in Midnight.
Yeah,
Midnight and Last Titan. I'm really looking forward to those stories that they tell.
Yeah, me too. And I'm hoping that they do clean up the lore. As far as like what we've experienced so far, because what they've set themselves up with that adjustment, assuming that's the accurate thing that they're doing with that, is it feels like it's going to be a rush production on the back end, and it doesn't feel like a good story to tell. It almost, I don't want to say it feels like Shadowlands, but it kind of feels like Shadowlands a little bit right now.
Yeah.
I would say we're a bit better than Shadowlands, but I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's like exactly like it, but it gives it that like that hint, that feel, the same feel. And I want to see them produce a really good story. I want the game to continue to flourish, because there's a lot of people out there that doesn't do anything in game. They're there for the lore. They're there for the storytelling, and they've been here the whole time for the storytelling, and I just don't want to see them butcher it to a degree where, like what happened with Shadowlands, where we lose people that love the game. So that's just my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I think the story's so important. Like I know a lot of people, when you bring up the story, they're like, WoW has a story.
Yeah.
But I think it is so crucial to getting people interested in the game. It's step
Agreed.
one. It's what gets people's foot in the door. It is so important And
yeah, and those quests that give you the character development is so crucial too.
Yeah. And like when you think about like all the bangers of the past, like Wrath of the Lich King or Legion, like they all had incredible story to them. They were so entertaining.
Yeah.
So I hope with Midnight and Last Titan, we get that.
Okay. Before I go to the next topic, though, Sionz, you said you had a little secret something you wanted to throw instead of me throwing a secret something this time around.
I do.
Ooh.
Now, I want you to keep your temper when I read this.
Okay.
And you can answer honestly, but just take a deep breath. All right.
Okay.
Chris Metzen was recently quoted as wishing he had never named the game Warcraft. What do you think he meant?
So my feelings on that are, I think that was like an offhand comment that Holly Longdale said, right? In an interview. And she also brought it up to disagree with it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, is something that a lot of people in this discussion are forgetting. I also don't think he like truly meant like, man, I wish we didn't really call it Warcraft. I think it was just kind of like a tongue-in-cheek comment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I do too.
Not,
I mean,
like all the comments about it have been ridiculous, but there's also like that big portion of like the gaming space that if you give them just the tiniest crumb of WoW hate, they're gonna run with it like as fast as they can.
Sharks. They smell blood. Sharks in the water.
Yep.
They smell blood. They're going. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, here's my take on it. And here's why I think he made that comment. I don't think he made that comment in some kind of weird off take that it wouldn't be, you know, wars and combat and controversy in the lore and the story and whatnot, right? I think it was more along the lines of every time someone yells, "Hey, what are you doing with these Volparian and this and that? This is Warcraft. We want Warcraft. We don't want Floral. We don't want this." And not, you know, to a degree, I can understand where they're coming from. You do want really cool looking pieces of gear and very bloody and this in one respect, but it's also cool they offer the opposite. I think what he means by that, and this is just my interpretation of it, is everybody just immediately goes, no, it's called World of Warcraft. I want it to be Warcraft, 100% Warcraft, none of this other stuff. Give me Warcraft. And I think that's kind of, yes, tongue-in-cheek for sure. I agree with you on that, Rob, but I'm saying, I also think that's why he was like, if I could revisit how I named this, you know, instead of it, I know this was an expansion, but maybe calling it the Battle for Azeroth as opposed to World of Warcraft, even though that was an expansion name.
Yeah.
You know, because then it takes that whole effect of, no, it's Warcraft. Everything needs to be brutal and gory and bloody. You see what I'm saying? I think that's where it comes from. That's just my opinion.
And I get where they're coming from, because like some of my favorite moments in Warcraft, like going all the way back to Warcraft 3, which is when I started in this universe, like it's the battles, right?
Yeah.
I love it. Like I'm right there with them, but like every little thing like has to be war. Like there has to be balance too, right?
Yeah. I agree.
It can't just
100%.
be like 100% battle all the time, no substance whatsoever. Like you have your battle, then you let the story breathe to tell the story of why the next battle happens, right? And
Correct.
It's that cycle repeating.
100%.
Like I don't.
No, that was well said. That was well said, Rob. I couldn't agree with that more. The fact that you have the controversy, then you have the moment to breathe. I think that's so good. Go ahead, Sionz. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, you have the opposite thing too, right? Where you've got a specific player base that wants one thing. You can make that game as much as you want to that specific player base.
Yeah.
You need to be able to open the game up to bring in different perspectives into the game of different players. And that's and I think that's massively huge. And we're seeing that just in the gameplay, right? Just in the offerings that they have in Warcraft right now. Yeah. So
the evergreen effects like housing.
Yeah, I agree with both of you about it was an offhand comment. He was just talking. It was just a thought he had in his head that he was just thinking, right? It was just it wasn't personal. It wasn't I made a huge mistake. But again, you guys are both right. The internet just took it and ran like they stole it.
Yep. Every time. It never fails. Never
Yep.
fails. All right, Rob. By the way, guys, we're coming up on the very last topic. Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate you. Like the live, and we'll be reposting this for you guys as a video so that you can post your comments on what you enjoyed, what you didn't enjoy. So make sure you do that. And if you haven't done it already, subscribe, because without you, this means nothing. So thank you for being here. It means the world to us.
Yes, thank
And
you.
again, Rob, before I even bring this topic up, thank you again for being our first host. It's been a genuine pleasure, and it's been an honor.
It's been my pleasure.
Yeah, I hope you've had
It's
as
been
much
great.
fun as I have had, and I know Sionz has had. You can see it on his face. Look at all the glee upon his face right now. Last topic, guys. Rob, how was the pre-patch for you?
Well, it's been good for me because I'm leveling alts with it. I think it's a little lackluster, to put it gently.
Sure.
But I mean, one thing I wish they would do is go to like the past pre-patch events that people really loved. Like the one that comes to mind for me is Legion, because I know Wrath.
That was a good one.
Wrath had a lot of likes too, but I think that's really far in the past, so maybe not one to pull from. But Legion is, to me, that's still modern WoW. Legion is the beginning of modern WoW for me.
Okay.
And I think that pre-patch event was just phenomenal. 10 out of 10. Everyone seemed to like it. Just kind of like go with that as their base moving forward, as like a good idea for a pre-patch event, and build off of that, and like, you know, do certain changes, tweaks, etc. But I think that's a good foundational point to start with.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been good for leveling alts, some gearing alts. You know, for those purposes, it's fine. But I would say it's just that it's kind of mid, I suppose.
Do you remember Shadowlands pre-patch? Their pre-patch event.
I do not remember that.
It was amazing. The
Remind me.
Shadowlands was terrible, but
Yeah.
But well, I say that the dungeons were cool as hell. Castle
Everyone
Nather
likes
is
the dungeons. Yeah.
Castle Nather is probably the best raid ever. Period. Stop. If you're a raider, you know. And outside of that, the rest of it's kind of whatever. But the pre-patch for Shadowlands was held in ICC, around the ICC area, and you still had the gunships battling, and they tied in everything with the gunships battling over ICC, but there were all same premise. All the rares were all around and everything else like that, and you earned, like we earn the insignia now. You earn this monetization that you went and used to buy gear. They had mounts and things like that, but it was something about it being around ICC and the Wrath area. It was so cool.
Yes.
And it was so active, like everywhere. Like, didn't matter what server I was on, it was popping off everywhere. And it utilized the whole zone. And the ICC zone, you might forget because you don't go out there often anymore. It's huge. It dwarfs Twisted Highland. It dwarfs it. And it was just, it was always something going on everywhere out there. It was just so
that actually
good.
Sounds like a good one too.
It was so good, man.
I vaguely remember that.
Because they were taking essentially the raid bosses from ICC and putting them out in the open. And those were what you were fighting.
That's kind of cool, yeah.
Yeah, it was super cool. So
That'd be what you're describing to me. Sounds like a really fun pre-patch event too.
yeah, it was the best. That's what, and they did such a good job with the pre-patch. That's why there was such a turnout for Shadowlands, and then Shadowlands did what Shadowlands did, and then it fell off. But
yeah,
but that's why if you ever look at like their subscription base and the number base during that time, that's why it had such the big rise, was the fact that it was tying in everything about the Lich King, the Lich King's origins in the pre-patch, right? We obviously know the story now, but at the time you were none the wiser. Amazing cutscene with Sylvanas destroying the crown, and then this big event out there in ICC. Everybody was hyped. Everybody was loving it. It was so good. And it's when you have moments like that, or the Legion one, like you were talking about, that spoil you. That when they do anything just slightly less, even though I'll agree that, like you said, gently, this one's much less. This pre-patch event is, and to be honest with you, so was the War Within's pre-patch event. It was kind of lackluster. But It was okay. It was using Eastern Kingdoms. They had the elementals spawning in Eastern
I thought the
Kingdoms.
elemental events were okay.
They were all right. It was it the one? Which one was it down in like the Timeless Caverns? Which one was that? Was that Dragonflight's pre-patch? No, that was the
No. I think you're thinking of the right before they released the anniversary stuff. That was all the.
No, not the tent. You had to go down. I don't know. I'm thinking about something where you had to go down and kill. No, that was the War Within 2. That was part of it.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, you had to go down in there, and there were these it was spawning up these blue translucent like crocodiles and spiders. You need to go fight them and eventually get to the boss.
That now.
Yeah,
I kind of remember that.
yeah. But I don't know. I just felt like this one. It just wasn't good. It was okay. And it started out really rough too. Like you were getting like one of the insignias per boss, and you know, you only got one of the world quests out there gave you the insignias and the rest did not. It just felt very sluggish, slow, and you know,
Dude, I think with pre-patch, oh sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Go nuts with it. Like you guys remember all the borrowed power you got with BFA?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give us some of those powers back, create new ones, just go nuts. Give us a reason to use crazy spells, like give me a fun button to push. Like
you know,
pre-patch. There's nothing really to balance. Just have fun.
I know I'm kind of going scatterbrain, but you just bringing that up reminded me. I was hoping that when they were bringing back the Visions of N'Zoth here in War Within, I was hoping we were going to get corrupted gear. I was praying for corrupted gear. I was like, please give us corrupted gear back. Because that was so fun. BFA's corrupted gear was so baller, man.
When they allowed corruption to be on a vendor, that's when it was just really good times, man. Everyone has this strong pushback from borrowed power now. I think we were too harsh.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah,
it was just fun.
It was a journey to get there, but once you got there and you got to that sweet spot, man, it was so good.
Yeah, and like you said, it took time. It was a journey to get there, which I think WoW kind of needs that a little bit, especially like with seasons where, you know, after like a month and a half, 2 months, everyone's kind of like, all right, I accomplished my goals. I'll see you next season.
Yeah.
It needs the hook to keep people around long term.
Well, here, I got one final question for you, and then we'll wrap up here. I describe World of Warcraft retail as a theme park MMO now, as opposed to a traditional MMORPG. What's your thoughts?
I mean, I feel like it's always been a bit of a theme park MMO since the beginning, but in some ways it feels like a action RPG almost now. Yeah,
I can get behind that.
It's,
Thoughts?
Like I think a lot of people these days, like, they don't really interact too much with the MMO aspect of it. It's just sit in city and queue simulator.
Yeah.
Yep. Queuing into something always. Keys, LFG, something. Sionz, what's your thought on the pre-patch?
Pre-patch?
Wait a minute,
I think that Rob was really, really nice about the pre-patch.
Wasn't I?
I kind of pulled mine back too because I don't want to be a doomer, you know. But
I'm not trying to be a doomer, but really, at the end of the day, lackluster doesn't quite cover it. In my opinion, it just wasn't very good. It's still not very good. It's got some things that are okay, but at the end of the day, it's not very good. It's people went, the developers went in and they put some work into this new thing, and they had some rares show up, and we've been chasing rares since Miss Pandaria when they opened up the island, right?
Yeah.
So we need something other than just chasing rares. Like that's kind of old. That's kind of old stuff now, right? So I'm not saying you have to reinvent the wheel, but maybe you think about it a little bit more.
Yeah,
it's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah,
but Rob, very nice. Zugzy, very nice. Sionz, not so nice.
Sion's gonna tell it like it is.
I'm just gonna tell you like it is, and it just was not very good.
Hey, it's a change of pace.
That I don't. Doesn't mean that I don't. That I'm beating up the developers or anything else. Whatever what they put it in, they did fine on the stuff they put in. It just wasn't very imaginative.
Yeah, no, that's accurate. Not, and of course, I had to play it nice because my warrior friend played it nice, and I was like, well, I gotta
my god.
I'm just teasing,
Wow.
man. I'm teasing.
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
teasing. Don't worry, I'll get on my survival hunter just for you. Oh man! All right, hey guys, listen. We want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this, and
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate you.
and hanging out with us. But man, Rob, thank you so much for this. If you guys don't know him, you should know him. His name's Robx, and you need to check out the link below. We put his link down there for you guys to go drop and follow. That's where he streams live on Twitch. Do you stream live on YouTube?
Yeah, I have Twitch and YouTube now.
Well, go subscribe to him on YouTube. Go subscribe. Go follow him on Twitch. Go show that man some love. You've been amazing. Thank you for being our first guest.
Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it.
Really
Thank you,
appreciate
guys.
you. And again, guys, thank you guys for tuning in and being a part of it. It means the world to us. Make sure you hit the sub button, like the live. We're going to repost this again, so that way you guys can drop your comments on it. You guys have a great night. We'll see you next week. Take care.
See you next week, guys. Thank you.
Bye-bye.